Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Learn Plan Profit. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing start to your morning. I'm going to give it a couple seconds for everyone to be able to start to tune in. Let me go ahead and change this up. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. All right, I think we're all set. Another beautiful day to make money. I like that, Sean Hill. What's going on, man? Um, Yeah, good morning, good morning. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of shifts, right, that have been happening when it comes down to a lot of the stocks that we have been watching. I'm going to give it just a couple minutes or seconds for everyone to kind of start tuning in. When everyone is ready, let me just see a ready. I want to see a stream of people start commenting ready to go. Are we all ready? I think we need some music. Okay, Google, play today's top 50.
Sure, here's a
Ooh.
Spotify playlist called Global Top 50.
Okay, Google, volume 3. Okay, Google, next song. I think you guys will like this song. Yeah, there we go. Ready, ready, ready? All right, let's do this. Oh. Okay, Google, pause. All right, let's go ahead and so WTI had another sell-off. I'm going to talk about it kind of somewhat of a reversal that I'm. Oh. Okay, Google, pause. All right, so let's go ahead and set the alert right now for you guys. First of all, I took my first swing trade position right now on you guys. What was it, on Tuesday, right? So that was right around 61.75. So honestly, it was not even like no. Let's see, 60.75, something like that. It had a sell off, and then I bought the dip. It was maybe right around no, but this was after market hours. So let me go ahead and check my Fidelity position, and then I can show you guys. But as you guys can see, it did a double bottom, right? $59 support, still selling off. Potential support right around $59, and then the potential reversal that it has to go on that. So if the quality of the live stream is not the best, it's actually on your side. It automatically puts you on like a very low quality, so you have to click that little setting and then change it to like 720p. So it's actually the quality of the stream is good. You just have to change it to a higher resolution. Yeah, you just have to check your settings. All right. Here we go. So I'm actually down 3.86% since my purchase. So my purchase price, and my purchase price on the, yeah, it was 61.75. So it was right around here. So it was not the best entry whatsoever. So we do have quite a bit of margin to recover that. And again, that was my bad for getting in a little bit too early. That means that there's that much greater opportunity, even for a day trade. Honestly, like I understand like the swing trade potential that you guys has, but if we identify $62 as a resistance, right? And then the overall support at around $59. Let's say the overall support to be like $59.50, or if you want to break for the full-on reversal and break above the middle VWAP from $60 to, let's say, being conservative, $61.50, that's 2.5%. That's half of the weekly goal that I have for the challenge for myself, right? So just imagine that, right? Now, I have an alert set here for the break above the middle VWAP. It's actively trending down below the EMA line. So I would first wait for the break above the EMA line, right? And then I set my second alert there. Another alert I would set right around the SMA indicator. And then I'd wait for that overall reversal. So looking at /NG. Yeah, we can, I mean, it was definitely pushing up. And I thought we were going to open up green or more green than, well, yeah, I thought I was going to open up on top, and then it just had a huge sell-off. So looking at that 20-day analysis, let's see if we identified any form of resistance. Kind of is identifying like a descending pattern, right? And then on this 180-day chart, it's just showing signs of kind of like a sell-off. So we need to wait a little bit more for a proper indication. And I think even if we do treat it as a day trade, that margin is definitely there, right? That 2.5%. First of all, you have to make sure and verify that you even have that margin or capability to, get in and get out all within one day. If you do feel comfortable doing that, it does have the swing trade potential just because of how oversold it is. But it's also, trending down. So that's why we cover the idea of, waiting for that overall reversal. All right. So we have Gush, ticker symbol GUSH, trying to push up now. So it broke above the EMA line, which is something that it was not doing. Now it got rejected by that middle VWAP, right? Yeah, so the natural gas report, is it still coming out today? I have to double check on that. I'm not too sure if oh, there it goes. There goes a sell-off. It's been doing a very poor job of reversing back up, right? And if you guys check the past couple of, what's it called? The past couple of natural gas reports that have been coming out, they've mainly been in favor of, UGAS. So it doesn't have anything to do with, they've mainly been in favor of DGAS. So that's definitely something to take into consideration before the natural gas report comes off, and if there's going to be another aggressive sell-off and stuff like that. Yeah. No, so my position is still in on, what's it called? On UGAS. And the reason why is due to understanding that if I sell here, then it would be at the very bottom. I bought at 61.75, and that was literally like a couple minutes right before the market opened for myself, right? It just drastically sold off. But if it would have, based on where it was just a couple minutes ago, or just about an hour ago, it was way above where it is that I purchased at. So we're starting to get the indication of the reversal, and this is exactly what I've been kind of like waiting for, right? Even for a day trade, right here. And then just to be a little bit more conservative based on what might act as a resistance would be right around 61.50. Instead of going for the top resistance of like $62, because of that's kind of where it peaked out at, I would still not be afraid to lock in profits at like 61.50, and that margin alone is a little bit over 2.5%, just to let you know. So UGAS just broke above 59.51. That's above the EMA line. All right, JDSC just broke the middle VWAP. All right, let's stay very micro focused. So let's make sure that you understand, what specific ticker that you are following. I'm just going to set the alerts for the ones that we've been actively watching, and then we can kind of go from there. But as you guys can see, a lot of the ones that we've been watching, we've called out Shopify, right? This one hit highs of 154 today, and then it sold off, right? So let's make sure that we wait for a potential bounce as it's showing signs of an uptrend. So it shows good swing trade potential. LABU back over $100, and again, we called this one out when it was down sub 100 and it just started to reverse. Ticker symbol Z. This one's still currently up on the day, just a little bit over $60. Right now it's trying to consolidate a little bit. We'll have to follow up with this one, but same thing with LPX. LPX is having a little bit of a sell-off, but as you guys can still see, still holding above that EMA line. So we want to make sure that it continues this upward margin. What button do you click to cancel drawings? I push the little escape on the top left hand of my keyboard. And then Gush, although it did have a little bit of a sell-off, it's still trying to hold above that EMA line. It did a very good job in the morning. Not sure if it's going to have the momentum or the ability to push, to continue to push up. Let's look at /CL and see how that's going. It's definitely showing signs of a peak formation. So I'm not going to feel very comfortable holding Gush for much longer. As well, like why would I say that, right? it's done this multiple times, and that's the kind of like different thing about it's just not something that I'm comfortable doing. But as you guys can see, like it's done it multiple times where it peaks out, kind of consolidates, looks like it's going to reverse back up, and then just shoots up, right? And then peaks out, pushes up, peaks out, pushes out. Now it's been consolidated for quite some time, and it's definitely much more on the overbought side. So it's almost showing signs of kind of like this pattern right here where it's kind of consolidating and then it just sells off, right? And we definitely don't want to be a part of that sell-off for any of those that are still invested in anything that has to do with, crude oil and gush and drip. Definitely still fall into that category. So that would be in favor of drip, because then if this sells off, then drip would go up, and then gush would pull back. So we definitely see signs of a potential reversal. So I'm just going to be a little bit more patient with the specific ticker. All right. Overall support right around 39.50, and then resistance right around. All right. So I kind of see a little margin within this little area right here, and then if we break above that, then there's the margin to continue to trade right within there. So let's see, and then on you guys, it's still showing signs of an uptrend. The ones that I find the most attractive, especially for day trades, if it continues to push up. So one thing that I would really like to wait out for is for you guys as of right now. How do we know when something is actively trending down? We've talked about this multiple times before, right? When something is actively trending down, it's when it's trending in between the middle and bottom VWAP, right? So as of right now, it's still, although it's trying to reverse, that's great that it's trying. There's no confirmation just yet, right? So one thing that we would like to look out for is for an overall reversal. So as it's selling off right now, we want to see higher lows, and then as it pushes up, we want to see higher highs. So I'll have to follow up with that and see if it continues to push up. So I'll set my alert on that one. Just wanted to explain to you the process, or kind of like we would pretty much like to see, you see this downward pattern for you guys and how it's getting rejected by the EMA line and to continue to make lower lows. We would want to see the exact opposite. We'd like to see it follow this EMA line, but the candles to be on top, so then it would follow like this, right? With the candles trading above this line, and every time that it pushes up, it makes higher highs, and every time that it pulls back, it makes higher lows. So yeah, I'm waiting for the reversal. I'm watching on for the reversal. Okay, let's go ahead and check that out. Okay, this one has a little bit of low volume, don't you think? Okay. I'm gonna set my alert for the break above $23. Thank you again for the little reminder. I'm not. All right. There we go. Thank you again, Junie. Sweet, sweet. We got WTI still kind of selling off there. The one that I also really do like on how it's kind of trending. Kadir's like, I'm new to LPP, can't get LPP in Discord. Is there any invite that I can get? How are you tuned into the live stream then? Because we only sent out the link through the live stream. I'm going to see if there's a little bit of a pullback here. All right. Wow, that thing sold off. So JNEG is pushing up now. Yep, there we go. It definitely made sense. So amazing, Howard. Super happy to hear that. Okay, you have to get in contact with Discord support. There's nothing that I can do about that. So go ahead and get in contact with Discord support. You can email them and then see if you can get that figured out. I do apologize for the inconvenience. /GC. All right, and this is actually exactly what we were waiting for. Do you guys remember that we were talking about the overall reversal of /GC because it was so on the oversold side? So if you guys saw like /, this is gold, right? So this goes into correlation to JNUG and NUGT, if I'm not mistaken. But as you see that it's selling off, there's a bottom right here, right around 1240 and stuff like that. It did a bottom here. It has another bottom over here, starting to show signs of a reversal. So actively trending up above this EMA line. Although it is pulling back a little bit, it's doing a pretty good job holding above it, and that's what we would like to continue to see. For it to, even when it does pull back, to continue to hold above the support and continue to make higher highs. The reason that I'm talking about this is because it's so oversold and it's showing signs of a potential reversal. It has a lot of margin to recover, right? It has a lot of margin to recover based on previous patterns. So we could go to like even a 1-year analysis, right? And see kind of this horizontal pattern and see how, this might not be a bad thing to keep an eye on, because if this begins to reverse back up, then that means that JNUG has the potential to reverse back up. And that's definitely very attractive. So first of all, for all those that continue to ask me about my UGAS position, I'm still invested in it. I do not have a stop loss, and I will keep you guys up to date with what it is that I choose to do with it. So if it's not too much to ask, I would really appreciate to not continue to bombard with questions on that specific ticker. But yeah, I talked about why I haven't cut losses on it, and it's because there's still no break of pattern based on what it is that I see value in, and I'm fine with it. So if I'm fine with it, great. If you feel like you want to cut losses because you no longer see value in it, all power to you. Please go ahead and do that. All right, so as we can see, starting to push up, what I'm going to do is it's going to get rejected, I'm pretty sure. Let's be patient. Let's see. Trading in between the middle and bottom VWAP, as we can see. So Tim, it's not the stream quality, it's your computer. You need to make sure that that you change the settings to 720p. It automatically sets you at a lower quality. So just because the amount of people that are watching live, all you have to do is change the settings. All right, here we go. And again, here's a sell-off that we talked about for Gush. Again, it's been hitting a resistance right around $40, and then it pulls back. So wow, amazing, Kenny. And this is something that's like that I want to make sure that we cover. So Kenny just said, I sold my position on PBR this morning for a 4% profit. My weekly goal is 5%. Is looking real nice, right? So although your goal is 5% and we have today and tomorrow left, please do not feel forced or encouraged to have to take a position to achieve that so-called goal, right? Especially if nothing, the most important part is focusing on quality. And if you do not see anything that meets that, then even locking in 4%, it's still growth. You're still able to do something that 90% of the market can't do, right? So with that being said, like if nothing is meeting your criteria, do not force an entry. And I just want to make sure, I'm sure Kenny that you know that, but I just want to make sure that that's covered. Yeah, I mean that would be one of the worst mistakes, right? When you're up and what's it called? When you're up 4%, and then it comes down to, wanting to make that additional 1 to 2%, and then you end up having to, take a loss on that and stuff like that. So that would be much worse. So when you try to take a second position and you end up giving back some of your growth than actually making some. And again, the most important part is focusing on that equality. There we go. Let's see that push. Where are we up? Okay. So forced an entry last week to make a goal, and it was a fail. We got out, but we'll never do that again. Like that. There we go. Resistance at 40. Can we break above it? All right, let's see. There we go, 40. I need to see the 40 on the bid. There we go. So LABU trying to reverse back up, just about to break above the middle VWAP. So there's about a little bit over a 1% margin for those that are looking for a day trade. And again, just because I'm in a specific position doesn't mean that you guys have to whatsoever, right? WTI, Shopify right now getting rejected. This is perfect. I would like to see this thing to continue to sell off just a little bit more. It's approaching that EMA line, and then we want to see an indication of a bounce. We could look at that intraday and see when it breaks above that. So there we go. All right, I'm just going to stay micro focused. I don't want to overwhelm anybody, right? And I want to make sure that I don't overwhelm myself, that I don't miss out on an opportunity for an exit. So I have my series of alerts set up right here. We're experiencing a little bit of a pullback with ticker symbol GUSH, which is, expected. I thought you didn't see call anymore in oil. What? That doesn't really make. Oh, value. Okay. No, I still do. What do you mean? I talked about this one all week last week. Are you going to do breakdowns tonight? Yeah, I'll be doing a follow-up just because I know that, what's it called? The break as of yesterday can kind of get us, it's kind of like a little mini vacation. I see a lot of people, or a lot of messages that I got, people like, yeah, just a little out of it just because of the holiday yesterday. So we'll make sure that we get back on it, and I'll make a follow-up video on kind of what I'm watching for tomorrow. So hopefully that's all right. Yeah, so you can get a Canadian version of it, yeah. Correct. Yes, I'm saying like as a swing trade, but I'm not talking about as a day trade. There we go. Let's see if we should be able to get a bounce around this area based on previous patterns. It does not mean that it has to do it. Just based on previous patterns, we should be able to get a bounce at around this area. So let's check out LPX. Let's see, 180-day analysis. Pulled back quite a bit. Pulled back right around that EMA line again. Previous highs is right around 27.91. So with where it's at right now, if it ends up just recovering, yeah, I mean it can definitely recover. It's just the margin isn't that great, so I don't find it to be. It's just not my main focus, as of right now. There it goes, selling off again, and yeah. So let's see. All right, this is a question. So when you look at the same stock for the day trade versus intraday trade, for a day trade versus an that's the same thing. What are some of the criteria that you look for differently in an intraday trade and versus day trade? So intraday, when I talk about that, that means like within the same day. So if you're talking about the difference from a swing trade and a day trade, it comes down to the understanding that I focus on more patterns of like on the 20-day 1 hour chart and the 180-day 4-hour chart for swing trades. Right, I focus more on those patterns and try to get a confirmation that it's actively trending up on those larger patterns. When it comes down to smaller patterns, as in or day trade capabilities, then I look at maybe like 5-day analysis to 1-day analysis to look for more relevant patterns. Yeah, so Ricky, are you hungover? No, I did not drink yesterday. Yeah, so well, Dan, yeah, so they're inverse ETFs, right? So yeah, day trade versus swing trade, and that's okay. Trust me, I know a lot of the vocabulary and the terms that we use can be somewhat confusing. So um, you'll all become more comfortable or more used to it as we continue to be involved with our group and stuff like that. So it's just a matter of time for you guys to get the hang of it. Do you see value in DRYS? No. What are your thoughts on AMD? So okay, I actually kind of like this pattern. It pushed up very aggressively, sold off. It's trying to almost curl. Do you guys see this? Sometimes when I see this and then I see that it's like it really doesn't want to touch the SMA and you can just see this consolidation, doesn't it almost look like when you like let's say like this is like a magnet and this is like the opposing magnet, and if it was like a straw that it's like pushing up and stuff like that because it doesn't want to touch it. So that's kind of like what it is that we want to see, where it almost doesn't even touch it, but it gets very, very close. And then we get, so as of right now, what I would look for is it's consolidating. Again, 3 stages in a reversal: rejection, consolidation, and then overall confirmation. Not only do I want to see this break above the EMA line, but I want it to start making higher highs and lower highs as well. So that would be what I would be looking for. Excuse me. Apologize if that was too loud for some people. But yeah, a great call on this one. I'm going to set my alert for the break above 1550 and then follow up with it then. So I think that's pretty solid. Appreciate that, Jack. Thank you. So what are your thoughts about RTRX? RTRX definitely looks much more on the overbought side. We talked about this one when it was down over here around $25, $26, and it's pushed up very aggressively now. As you guys can see, it's been showing signs of an ascending uptrend pattern. It's at previous highs again, right around $29. Can it continue to make higher highs? 100%. Do I think that it's going to? Maybe, right? But I definitely do see why this would be a better sell area than a better buy area. So that's what I would kind of make sure that you understand. Like it's not a good deal. Easiest way to put it. Appreciate that, Justin. Thank you. So Trevor, again, I follow what's it called? I go based off of previous patterns. So like your question saying like, how do you know that this how do you know if the stock that you're buying is not going to follow the same patterns as one of the exchanges in the NASDAQ or SPY? Again, like that question is just I just don't get it. Like I trade based off of patterns that make sense to me and that are consistent and that I understand. So if they go based off of like SPY or NASDAQ or anything like that, like that's like irrelevant, right? It doesn't really matter. I can look at consistent patterns. I can look at relevant patterns as in like the past 5 days, and I would much rather focus on that than care if it follows anything else, right? I can try to make the comparison if it does follow, like NASDAQ and stuff like that, but that's really not very important to me. A lot of the stocks that we trade are mainly ETFs. So with that being said, I just want to make sure that it shows consistency, not only on the big picture, but within the past couple of days, and then for me to make sense of what's happened the past couple of days and kind of go based off of that. So Ricky, I missed you and your smooth voice. What's going on, Zachary? Let's see. Yeah, so we have a lot of people, and again, there's nothing wrong with it, but we have a lot of people asking a lot of like very elementary questions right now. Please complete the entire course before just asking a bunch of questions, if that's not too much to ask. And again, we're here to definitely answer your questions, and you can direct message me questions. But again, that's why the course it was created to cover all your questions. So just be patient, complete the course, take your time, take notes, and then we'll be here to assist you. All right, so let's see. You guys still struggling? Tesla selling off. Okay, yeah, I got a lot of alerts last or no 2 days ago, right? Yeah, of Tesla and this huge sell-off that it had, right? So very aggressive sell-off. We could set an alert for a potential overall reversal, but as of right now, definitely much more on the oversold side because of how aggressive it sold off. But it still has margin, right? Based on previous patterns, it could still continue to sell off. So let's just be patient. Let's not force the entry, and let's wait for that overall reversal. So that's something that you'll have to judge yourself if you understand enough. The whole point of me not encouraging you or traders to trade downward patterns is due to the idea of, a lot of them tend to bag hold, right? And that is a very easy way to avoid something that is continuing selling off. So again, the whole point of me like saying like these to practice paper trading first is so you don't lose money. It doesn't mean that you can't actually start with real money. So just think bigger picture. For everything that I talk about, there's always a bigger reason behind it. So, and it's usually to minimize loss, to manage risk, or to prevent any monetary loss whatsoever. So, yeah. What do you think about DSLV? If I'm not mistaken, there's no... Yeah, so USLV. Showing signs of a potential reversal, no confirmation just yet. Let's set that alert. Here we go. Josiah, please complete the course. It covers everything. So if you're under $25,000 and you're under a U.S. brokerage, doesn't matter what brokerage, you're under the PDT rule. Come on, guys. I don't mean to be like rude, but like you guys need to complete the course. You guys need to complete the course. FRAC just went at or above a certain resistance. Sweet. So that should be in favor of /CL, which should push. There we go. Yeah, it's just consolidating. All right. There we go. No, that definitely wouldn't be fair. That's not something that we want. We just have to have talks with our traders. There's nothing wrong with that. And I know it might be an inconvenience to some traders that are a little bit more well versed, but again, we all started at some point, right? And we're a team, that we're here to help one another out. So I know it might get frustrating or annoying sometimes. Trust me, I deal with it every single day. I know that's my job, but I'm telling you, as a team, it's not too much to do to help a newer trader that's just getting started. We just have to provide a little bit more structure and just make sure that we guide them in the right direction. That's all. If that's not something that you want to do, don't do it. That's why we're here. But please do not be disrespectful. There we go. My goodness. If you guys can, as of right now, if it's not too much to ask, I'm not doing any more breakdowns. And for those that continue to ask if I'm watching something, you guys know everything it is that I'm watching right here. Yeah, as of right now, this is all I'm watching. I will follow up with some breakdowns, but if it's not too much to ask, please do not. I'm trying to focus on this trade, and I'm going to talk to you guys about the trade just because we've been doing a couple breakdowns in the meanwhile. So let's focus a little bit more on this and less on callouts if that's not too much to ask. Thank you. Yeah. As you guys can see, the resistance at $40, it's been super consistent, and every single time that it pushes up, as of right now, it sells off. Every single time it pushes up, sells off. Overall support at 39.50, and I'm giving away I'm missing out on 1.27% margins. But I just know that if I were to sell at $40, the time that I do sell, it's just going to be the time that it just starts to sell off. Push up and push well above 40. Yeah. Austin, stop being a dingleberry. There we go. Shopify with this reversal. Just like we're waiting for it, watch out for the middle VWAP. Some of you might want to wait for the overall reversal here and then go for there. WTI reversing back up. All right, looks like we're kind of getting back in action. Here we go. Did I wake up on the wrong side of the bed this morning? No, of course not. I'm actually super pumped. Why do you say that? Ricardo, stay out of WTI. I might trade that. I like that. All right, let's see where this goes. How was yesterday? Yesterday was good. Didn't do anything crazy, so just worked on a couple things. What's going on, Dan? No, that's good. So I think drip does have a lot more margin for recovery, so I think you're good. The hat making a return, I like it. Yep. Don, you're funny. Let's go. So what? There we go. Yeah, Trevor, that's something that I covered before. So I'm in school for technological entrepreneurship and management. So it's under the Fulton School of Engineering. The neck pillow needs a return. I know. I don't even know where that's at anymore. Any more news on business where we all get to trade together? No, for the TechBits HQ. No updates as of right now. All right, guys, let's stay focused, right? No, that's not something that I use myself, Alex. That's something that you could explore to see if it works for yourself. There goes a sell-off. Yep, right there with you, Bim. So the one day that he can day trade, the day is slow. Yeah, it's a pretty slow day, right? And no, it's a day after a holiday. It doesn't mean that every day is like this, but it's all good, right? We're just hanging out. We're still learning. Again, just like we've covered multiple times, probably like for the third time today. Overall support based on previous patterns right around 39.50. This is normally where Gush bounces. It doesn't mean 100% that it's going to bounce. It just means that this is normally where it bounces and normally peaks out at right around $40. So there's this like 1%, 1.3% margin for that day trade. So let's see if it starts to reverse back up. There it goes. Again, still consolidating. No signs of a confirmation just yet. Nope. I mean, I have WTI, right? But I'm not aggressively watching it, so I'm not too worried about it. There we go. Some days are intense. Yeah, some days are super, like if you guys, for all those that were able to tune in on Tuesday, probably one of the smoothest trades that I've taken. What was it that I traded? Might have been WTI, I don't know. It was like the $650 profit, whatever that was. It was like in that actual trade was like 15 minutes, and it was just super smooth, super easy entry, super easy exit. Everything was like almost perfect, which is not very normal. But again, it's all part of the game. Sometimes we have really slow days. Sometimes we have very quick days. But it's understanding like and being like well composed in both of them. So. LABU selling off. That's good. Yeah, I don't know what the question mark has to do with, but it's selling off right now, right? So look at the 180-day analysis. We talked about it. It has margin to sell off, right? So it's an ascending uptrend pattern. It sells off. It bounces usually around the EMA line, and it continues to push up. Come on, it's not just looking about the small pictures. It's looking at the big picture as well. So let's focus on that. All right, all right. Oh, LABU. Ah, I apologize. Man, I'm just snappy today, huh? I'm all like, I spent a little time this morning responding to Discord messages. Kind of gets me in a specific mood. If you guys haven't been able to tell, I swear it's like the what's it called? Yeah, sorry, Byron. No, that was my fault. I apologize. But yeah, it gets to you sometimes, just because there's so many of the same messages, and it cracks me up. Obviously, like it's what I do, right? But sometimes like, he's like, Ricky, you tell him. Come on, Byron. Why are you telling me what I traded on Tuesday? You can't do that. Come on, bro. Stop trying to help me out. Just kidding. Thank you again, Byron. Thank you all of you that helped me out. Yeah, so new idea. Don't respond. Oh, yeah. Honestly, Justin knows when I've been responding to Discord messages for like way too long. There's a time that I spent like 4 to 5 hours straight just Discord messages. And then he comes in and everything he would ask me, I was just so like short with him on. He was like, "You've been on Discord, haven't you?" And I was just like, "Yeah." And I was just like, "Oh." But it's funny. I really do like talking to you guys. It's just sometimes, anything that you do time after time, it can get kind of old or repetitive. So, is this from Robinhood, Steven? You might want to contact Robinhood or whatever brokerage it is that you have so they could explain it to you. So you should have a bot that responds to your Discord messages that are really basic. What we were thinking is to have an avenue for very basic questions, and for people that have technical analysis questions, that those get asked to me, but everything else gets asked to, I wouldn't say a bot. I don't want you guys to have to be speaking to a robot. That's not a very good experience. But one of our team members, maybe like Justin, or maybe one of our other team members. So maybe, and that would probably lead to quicker responses as well. So, and probably better responses for me, right? So I wouldn't be telling Byron to, come on, bro. Yes, I see LABU is selling off. Quick question from Don. What is a market order? Literally, like, I get a couple of people that message me, like, when they see that I'm frustrated, and when I put that I cut up on all Discord messages, they literally, like, message me saying, um, like a joke of, like, hey, what ticker should I invest in, or something like that, and they say, oh, just kidding. Yeah. Ricky, do you plan to go for your master's? No, I don't. No, just my Bachelor of Science. Ah, I like that, Paola. That's so cool. Hopefully, I don't bore your son. Hopefully, he kind of likes it. So Paola is saying that me and my 9-year-old son watch you in the mornings, and he has a long summer break, so he's learning. I like that. That's super cool. Hopefully, he enjoys it, right? If he does, great, and if not, then it's all good. At least you're exposing him to a market of investing is good, and maybe he can branch off from that. So that's what's important. Correct. Natural gas report did not come out today. Just like we talked about early in the live stream. It does not come out today. It comes out tomorrow. There we go. You guys pushing up. Jake. Ricky, signals are only $50 a month. Great investment, lol. I don't have signals. I just want to make sure that no one falls for that joke. So, Julie, I want to propose. Will you be my son-in-law? Sounds good. All right. So, man, it's slow. Holy moly. I didn't think it was going to be this slow. So this was nice. Selling off. Selling off. Not very attractive. That's out. Shopify selling off. Gosh, consolidating for like the 5th time today. This is the only interesting one that I see. And then Drip, obviously the reversal is trying to push up and stuff. What about JNUG? How's that doing today? Okay, so JNUG is still showing signs of an uptrend, but it's very overbought. And the marginal profit isn't that great. All right. So I'm going to put JNUG here because it is actively trading up. So I want to make sure that I can keep a close eye on it for because of that. Yeah. My 14-year-old son has been taking the LPP as well. That is so cool. He has cracked me up. I wish I was able to do that. There we go. All right. Oh, shoot. Get closer. Whoa! Okay, so it pushed up, broke above the middle VWAP, and sold right off. Let's see if we can get a bounce. This would be the time. Yep, I like how you see that. So it is struggling to break above that middle VWAP. So as you guys can see, it continues to get rejected. You hope you guys sells off hard. Well, that's a little mean. You're probably in D guys, huh? Later, brother. Drive safe. No, that's something that I'll talk about. I don't want to talk about anything else other than what we're doing right now. So if that's not too much to ask, I'll provide more updates later. There we go. Consolidating again for the 13th time today. Yeah. Patience, Ricky. Amateurs panic. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're chilling. I like the pattern on you guys. There it goes. Here it comes, the recovery. Here it comes. Boom, boom, boom. Bounce back time. All right. Where are we at? Even this stream quality looks bad. So yeah, if the stream quality is bad, all you have to go or do here is go here and then go to 720. And then it's better. Whoa. Here we go. So we're at 53 minutes. All right. Here we go. So, what do you guys recommend? What do you guys recommend? I've gotten stopped out. I've gotten stop lost out so many times. If I decide to put another stop loss, I'm going to give too much of. Okay. Well, what are you trading, Andrek? You have to be trading something that's actively descending, stuff like that. So. You're probably trading something that's actively descending, and that's probably not the best, focus. We've talked about multiple times focusing on something that's actively trending up, and stuff like that. So, oh, that's super cool. Thank you. Yeah. This day is depressing. I wouldn't call it depressing. I would just call it slow. So it could be a little frustrating if you're kind of new and you're super pumped. Let's just focus on quality. So for example, I was trading you guys the past 2 days. And Drek, why were you trading you guys? Was it because I talked about being invested in it, or did you actually? Because again, and that's the biggest thing. I could see why it is that you're asking that question when you have not confirmed the overall reversal, right? So you got in and I got in before the overall confirmation of the uptrend, right? We understand that. So with that being said, if we get in before it starts to confirm above the EMA line, before it confirms that overall reversal, a risk that we run by getting it before others is that it doesn't actually confirm and it still sells off. So maybe that could be an area of opportunity to work on, is to not get in before the confirmation and to be more patient. So that could be a starting point. Being more patient and not focusing on getting in at the best entry and focusing on getting in when it confirms up. CDNA just broke above the resistance. That wouldn't be a very long marathon. So I just got a message saying, how amazing would it be if Ricky would do a live marathon, right? And throughout the entire thing. First of all, you guys don't want to see me that close anyways. And dang, that recovery is great. Look at that. It's recovering so quick, my candles can't even keep up with it. What the heck? So I think something's going on with TD Ameritrade. I've noticed this today. Look, my candles say that it's sub 50 right now. But look, it's above. Look at that. Yeah, that's why I restarted my computer. Guys, I was super ready. I was going to go live early today. And then my TD Ameritrade was like super, super slow. So I restarted it, and my iMac took forever to restart just because it has to open up all my programs and the softwares that we have. So, yeah, I don't know what's been going on, but okay, again, it's been getting rejected by this middle VWAP, so let's make sure that we take that into consideration on not buying at the very peak and then it continues to sell off. That's a huge, how many of you guys have ever done that? You're like, okay, I'm waiting for the reversal, waiting for the reversal, waiting for the reversal. All right, we're about to reverse, we're about to reverse. I buy, and then boom, it sells off, right? And if you actually think about it, like this thing has been acting as a resistance. So if we identify this as a support and this as a resistance, you actually bought at the very top, right? Let's just think if this was horizontal, a horizontal pattern. That would have not made sense. Why be so patient and wait throughout all this growth? And then at that point, right when it's at the resistance, then buy. Why not then just take the extra step and wait for the reversal, right? And trust me, I've made that mistake multiple times. I can't even tell you how many times I've made it. It's too many times. Right? Yeah. Mr. Hanky, I blame TOS for my UGAS purchase. You guys crack me up. All right. Shopify reversing back up. I like it. LABU trying to reverse back up. No confirmation just yet. Again, just talking about okay, so if you guys can see, as it's been pushing up, it does sell off below the SMA sometimes. But this is normally where it might bounce at. This is for ticker symbol Z. So good thing we have our alert set. All right, let's start to close things out. We're just about to hit that 1 hour mark. Appreciate that, John. Thank you. Finally, someone thinks I'm cool. Oh my goodness, that's what I've been. My roommates always say I'm dorky. People make fun of me on YouTube. All right, just kidding. We're chilling. We're good. We're good. All right, JNEG is still actively trending up. DRIP is honestly actively trending up. It's just a little bit more on the overbought side. So, and then you guys trying to reverse back up. Again, I'm going to set my alert. It's making like an ascending uptrend pattern to that middle VWAP, but no confirmation just yet. So, there it goes. Gush is back at that support right around 39.50. I'm just going to end up selling this, or should I just be patient? I don't know. We'll see. Shopify, I really do like this pattern. It's starting to show back signs of an uptrend and trade above that middle view up. One thing that I think a question was asked, kind of like, what is it that I wait for on the EMA line or on the middle view up? Any form of indication. I like to wait for a push up above the whatever indicator. So in this case, the VWAP pushes up, pulls back, bounces on the VWAP, confirming that that's a support now and no longer resistance, and then continues its uptrend pattern. I know that answered someone's questions. There it goes at resistance. Let's see what happens. And then ticker symbol Z. This is one that I see for a potential even day trade, although it does have swing trade potential. If you guys look at the swing trade potential on the 180-day analysis, this is sending uptrend pattern. It's above the EMA line and stuff like that. So, whoa, Gush popped up like no other. There we go. No, so that is because you're in a paper account, and all you have to do is call TD Ameritrade and tell them that you want real-time quotes. Dr. Jennifer, you crack me up. I think it's very close. I mean, I'm not a parent myself, but I feel like the patience that I'm being tested with every single day is something that might assist me as a potential parent later on. So hey, practice, right? Trying to figure out find out the pros in everything that we do. So all right, guys. But yeah, so I'm going to end the live stream here. We're a little bit over an hour. I know that today was a pretty slow day. We have some pretty good setups, though. I think that for a lot of the swing trades that we're looking at and stuff like that, we have pretty good setups. A lot of them did end up pulling back. They're confirming their reversal right now, and they offer anywhere from 2 to 5% margins. We talked about ticker symbol Z. We talked about LABU. We talked about Shopify, or Shop, right? And then we talked about the series of ETFs that we've been watching and stuff like that. So we'll give it time. Don't force an entry if you don't see value in any of them. But yeah, that's really just it. So I really do appreciate your guys' time and for tuning in live. Again, not every live stream is like super like pumped or energized and stuff like that, just because the market might not be performing the way that we expect it to. But we want to make sure that we don't overtrade or do anything that can discourage us as traders. So let's continue to focus on that quality. Give me a little bit to catch up on Discord messages. Please complete the entire course before asking a bunch of these FAQs, both in the live stream and on Discord. But if there's anything else that I can do to assist, then just let me know. So I hope you guys all had an amazing 4th of July. Hope it was safe. And yeah, that's really just it. I know a lot of people that also asked that already are part of Learn Plan Profit for that giveaway that we were doing. That was only for new members, right? That $1,000 giveaway. But I know that it's been a long time coming for, what about our current members and stuff like that. So something that I told Justin that I want to do is to put together a startup package, kind of like maybe like a laptop or something that can kind of get people started, maybe with a little bit more like just devices and stuff like that. So that's something that I'll put together and do like maybe like a monthly giveaway for that and stuff like that. And those will be for current LPP members and stuff like that. So even if you're a part of it, then you'll have the chance to win. So if you want to know who the giveaway winner is, then you can go to the live stream from last night. So thank you guys again for your time. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams, let your passion be what drives your success. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.